Oh man, so there has been more ripple effects after the reports of Shedeur Sanders and his interviews pre-draft with the Giants in particular. All right, now we finally have Deion Sanders coming out and saying lies, in particular to this one wrinkle that people threw on the situation after everything's transpired. You know, he's been drafted by the Browns. Why are we still talking about what happened in pre-draft visits with other teams? I don't know why, but people need their clicks. I get it. I understand how this business works. So Football Forever posted this saying Shedeur Sanders was pissed at the Giants during his pre-draft visit because he was called out for not being prepared, per Albert Greer. So it says the Giants won. They give players an install and there are mistakes intentionally put in the install. He didn't catch them and got called on it. He was pissed that they did that to him, Greer wrote. So this person says this backs up a similar report from Todd McShay about Sanders' botched meeting with Brian DeBoer. So it says an install package came in, preparation wasn't there for it. He got called out on it, didn't like that. Brian didn't appreciate him not liking it. The Giants worked extensively on Sanders throughout the 2024 college season, and now we know why they chose to pass him up in the draft. Now Deion says this right here. He says, lie, your story you put out after. God bless you, this too shall pass. All right. So this is the first time we've heard anyone say lies as far as him being upset or pissed off after the meetings with the Giants and things of that sort. Deion wasn't in the room, but hey, that's what he's saying right there. I don't think he was in the room. I hope he wasn't in the room, but that's what he's saying right there. Now, here we have Boogie Knight. Boogie Knight is someone that's close with the Sanders family. I believe he's also associated with Young Money Sports. All right. So he's speaking on the situation as far as what may have happened in that room with the Giants.
All right, that's great. But the fact that he was open to asking questions and being open-minded to maybe I should change something, I think is good.
Like he's not, I'm telling you, he's totally different what most people online perceive of him. Trust me. Like I even seen Coach Thomas said earlier, like how great his interview was with him when he visited and how it was totally different from some of the reports that we get from other places. Now, I'll explain this. Let's go back to the question you asked a few minutes ago. With some of those interviews, I would say it wasn't the lack of professionalism or being unprepared. He's never been unprepared. I think it was more so of a young kid getting comfortable and building a relationship with someone and probably trusting them a little too much and going into a room with his guard down, not understand like, man, this is a job interview still and they trying to pick you apart. Because you got to think the Giants and those teams, man, they've been in Boulder more than anybody. They've been there so much that almost to the point where he feel like, man, oh, we good. They have certain conversations off camera.
That's
like,
a good point.
Man, it's
right.
So now when I go in that room, it's these my people. Yeah, you know, we good.
I never thought about it that. I never like if I'm like that's not the first time they ever met. Now I'm going back and forth. They've been there 2 years since I was junior. Yeah. We done talked, laughed, and joked about stuff.
You told me I'm your guy.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like, but like you said, that's how it is in interviews. You got to remember at all times they testing you and people's watching. So I never considered that, but I can see where that could go wrong a little bit.
And then you got some other interviews where he wasn't as close with some of them guys. You don't get those reports because he's going in those with a different mindset of, okay, I gotta act a certain, talk a certain way because I don't know them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that is an interesting perspective as far as that right there. Got too comfortable. Okay, so he speaks on them falling in love with the Cleveland Browns GM as well. Peep this real quick.
What was it about the city of Cleveland or the Cleveland Browns organization that he really liked that made him want to ultimately become a Brown?
Shedeur and Coach Brown both fell in love with Mr. Bear.
Yeah.
They built a great relationship because at first they didn't know much about it. Shedeur didn't much, but as they got later in the process, their relationship and the way that the conversations they were having with Barry made them feel a lot better. Like, oh man, that's maybe where we need to be. Mm-hmm. So, and as they continue to grow and talks continue to heat up, and you got close to the draft, it kind of started pointing to like, man, we're gonna end up in Cleveland. Didn't think it was gonna be 5th round. Yeah. But they felt like it was an opportunity, and even the week before the draft, I thought it was gonna end up being Travis and Shedeur in Cleveland. Honestly, like that's where the arrows were pointing.
What was it about this?
Wow, that would have been crazy. So he probably would have definitely gone there if Travis would have stayed with the Browns at number 2. But of course, we all know the Jaguars traded up to get that position to take Travis right there. Okay, so Shedeur did not receive his number 2 from the Cleveland Browns as of now. As of now, he's been assigned to number 12. Now they've given number 2 to a kick returner / wide receiver. His name is DeAndre Carter. I'm surprised he got that number, but that's what it is. That's the situation they have to deal with. Now, the same guy that I was speaking before, Boogie Knight, says there's no way Cleveland Browns should have gave number 2 to anyone else, especially to a wide receiver who haven't worn number 2 before in his career. But we knew that was coming, so we ain't flinching about it. It was expected. Take it, smile, then make it legendary. Keep going, all right? Now, I would say, bro, I wouldn't even say nothing online. If you are speaking as someone that's close to him in certain situations, I don't agree with this statement to put out any sense of entitlement. If the fans want to go out here and speculate saying, yeah, that was wrong that he did that X, Y, and Z, let them do that. But you shouldn't be the one to do that being close to Shedeur Sanders. I don't agree with that shit. But nevertheless, he will be wearing number 12. And that was worn by the GOAT, Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady, y'all know he has percentage as far as ownership in the Las Vegas Raiders. People were wondering, like, damn, bro, like, you had a chance. Why didn't you draft him? So he was asked when he sat down with Logan Paul on the Impulsive show about his thoughts on Shedeur dropping in the draft. Now, this is what Tom had to say right here. Let's peep in.
Elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
I mean, it's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or to
Skip Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the fuck they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, like whatever happens, wherever you go, like that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
So who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
Okay, so y'all think Tom lying? Is he capping saying that he wasn't a part of the evaluation process? Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if he lying, then the Las Vegas Raiders organization is dumb as hell. My nigga, though, at this point in time, you are part of the Las Vegas organization. Why aren't you, providing your expertise in that position? Like, you are the quarterback of quarterbacks. Why aren't you giving input when they are trying to find their next guy? That makes zero sense to me. That makes zero sense to me. I just don't see the organization being that dumb. But I understand him saying that because it looks better for him and also it looks better for Shedeur. You don't want him, of all people, being someone who works with them, who worked with him, and also has a relationship with them saying, yes, we had the chance to take him and we skipped on him 4 to 5 times. This is the best thing for him to say right here. So I get it. Now. Tommy went ahead and posted the proof of the text message saying, I was 199, so who can speak on it better than me? Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances and go take advantage of it, all right? So this is pictures of them training in the past. This one Shedeur was much younger. And they still have maintained a relationship over time. So, man, hey, dog. Get to it, my boy. What's the reaction they're saying? Brady got me weak as fuck because he still passed on him 6 times in the draft. Isn't Brady part owner of the Raiders? Brady wasn't expected to be anywhere near the first round. Making regret at 12. Totally different situations. I'm tired of seeing Shedeur on my timeline as a Browns fan. Damn, bro. They are hating already, bro. I mean, just remember, Brady got his start due to an injury. Sanders might have to wait a couple years, but Brady is right. He'll get his chance. Brady, we don't want you, but hold your head up, my boy. That's crazy. That's crazy, nah, bro. As I said, I think Tom capping. I think he's capping, bro. Because the only way he wouldn't be a part of the evaluation process is if he told them, listen, I don't want that burden on me. I don't want that pressure. I just want to come and make money over here. But I just don't see him being the psycho-ass Tom that he is, being psycho Tom, not wanting to be a part of the process to ensure winning. He loves winning. So I just don't see that being a thing, dog. I don't see that being a thing, dog. But nevertheless, that's just my opinion on it. Y'all gonna let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This has been another update with Stace. Yo.